Today, Saturday, the 19th of April 2025, we have some handpicked event to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our handpicked events, especially games for the corner kicks and the best goal match pick predictions, which we share to members only, then of course you want to make sure to join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 Master plan to have access to all our handpicked events as well as our top-notch match prediction classes to start taking your winning to the next height. Then you want to make sure to locate the link below this video to join as a member to have access to these features to take your winning to the next level. So without wasting time, we have a long list to share with you today. So I will just proceed with the first game. But before we proceed, I have a quick announcement to make. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, in this section titled as the home section, you will see that we provide members only match predictions, which are comprises of top games, upcoming events we share to members only. And we provide these games one day ahead of time so that you have enough time to put in your sleep and follow some of it to make winnings. Of course, once you become a member, you have access to all our handpicked events. Also, once you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan, you also have access to the Level 2 Pro classes, which are shared to members only, like the live match corner kick strategy that will amaze you, a simple trick to make consistent win, the prediction strategy you have never seen before, straight win and comeback strategy that will amaze you, the never seen tactical straight win 2.5 goals strategy that will amaze you, and 99% win rate strategy for members only of the Level 2 Pro. Then of course, these are the tutorials you will access to help you to see how you can take your win to the next height. But if you become member of the Level 3 Master, you have access also to Level 3 Master classes. This will give you top-notch tutorial access like the excellent corner kick strategy we have revealed to members only, the secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of straight wins and goal probability, the game changer corner kick strategy you have never seen before that revealed the top secret site we use to find corner kick event, 6 amazing AI tool for you, the home and away win match prediction strategy step by step, and 2.5 goal strategy to beat the bookies and win even more. So you have access to all of these tutorials in one place once you subscribe to the Level 3 Master or Level 3 membership package plan. So that being said, let's look at the first game of our today's list. Looking at the first event, we are looking at Spain in the La Liga. We are looking at Barcelona against Celta de Vigo. In this event, Barcelona recently have proved to be very good. They had a game recently in the La Liga against Betis, against Girona, where they had huge number of wins, and against Osasuna. This Girona has also had games with Celta de Vigo. Barcelona was able to beat Girona 4-1, but of course this Girona had a game with Celta de Vigo recently, and you can see that Celta de Vigo had a game against Girona with equal strength to prove that Barcelona's strength is better as Celta de Vigo, therefore the possibility of Barcelona to lead. If you look more at the form comparison in terms of the recent event they have had, the home team Barcelona have proved that they are better. They have recently had 5 games recently at home, 4 wins in a draw. They have scored 13, conceding 2. That's a good offense and defense. If we look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, the defensive line of Celta de Vigo is not very tight, and the offense is just average. Looking at this, we'll look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we looked at the home team, Barcelona, to take advantage of the weak defense of Celta de Vigo to lead in full time as one of the major picks, as well as at least the possibility of 1.5 goal or 2 goals over to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at France in the Ligue 1. We are looking at Marseille against Montpellier. Marseille recently have proved to be very offensive, having a game against Toulouse where they had a lead, against Nantes a lead, against Saint Etienne also a lead, and Lyon a lead. They are very good. But looking at Montpellier, on the other hand, they have proved that the defensive line is not good. They concede too much number of goals in the recent event they have had. Looking at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they've had, Marseille have proved to sit on a better place. They sit on the 4th position, 5 games played at home with 4 leads. They have scored 13, conceding 6. That's a good offense, and the defense is not very tight. But if we compare that of Montpellier, in the recent event they have had, they sit right in the last position. They have not had any wins yet at the away gameplay. They have conceded 8 in 5 game play, giving advantage for Marseille to see how they can look at the weak defense of the away. And as a result, we look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we looked at Marseille, the home team, to take advantage of the weak defense of the way to lead as one of the major picks. And we also want to look at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. In the next, we looked at Germany in the Bundesliga. We are looking at Heidenheim against Bayern Munich. The recent performance of Bayern Munich in the recent event they have had proved that they are good. They had game against Augsburg, Union Berlin, and Leverkusen, where the performance have been very impressive. Heidenheim, on the other hand, have proved that they concede much, even though they score in one event, as you can see here, but the conceding strength is very high. Looking at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they have had, Bayern Munich, they way have proved that the defense and the offensive line, you can see they have recently played 5 games at away, winning 3, having a 2 draw. They have not had any loss yet, scoring 9 and conceding 1. But if we look at that of the home, Heidenheim, you are going to see that Heidenheim sit in the 15th position. The defense is not very tight. They have conceded up to 9 goals in just 5 games played. And since the offense of Bayern Munich proved to be good, they can take advantage of this weak defense. As a result, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, we'll look at the away team Bayern Munich to lead as one of the major picks, as well as at least 1.5 goals in full time. In the next, we'll look still in the France League 1, but this time we're looking at PSG against Le Havre. PSG recently have proved to be very good. They had a game against Aston Villa where they had a lead. They had against Angers, Marseille, and you can see the offensive strength is very good. Le Havre, on the other hand, have proved that they concede very much, even though they also do score. But if we look at the stand performance in terms of the recent event, they have had the performance of PSG in the recent event have proved they are good. They have had 5 games recently played at home with 4 wins, 1 draw. They have scored for 13, conceding 4. Offense is good. If we look at that of the Havre, on the other hand, they sit in the 4th place. They have scored 11 goals in 5 games played, conceding 9. That's a good offense, and defense is not very tight. As a result, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. Both of these 2 teams, especially the home, is very offensive. And since defense on both sides are not very tight, there will be more offense, and of course, shoot on and off target will be great. Looking therefore at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals in full time is our major pick. Looking at the next, we looked at Czech Republic in the Fortuna Czech Republic Fortuna League. We are looking at Slavia Prague against Slovacko. In this event, Slavia Prague have proved to be very offensive in the recent event in the first Liga itself. As you can see in the Fortuna Liga, having a game against Hadrek Jablonec where huge wins has been recorded. This same Jablonec has also had a game with the away team where the away team almost have equal strength. As you can see here, Jablonec had a game with the away team and the away team had a huge loss. If Slavia Prague is able to beat Jablonec, then of course there's still the possibility of goals here since Jablonec was able to beat their way up to 4 goals. Now, looking at the stand comparison in terms of the recent event they've had, the performance of Slavia Prague, especially at home, have proved to be very good. They've had 5 games recently at home, all the 5 wins, scoring 9 and conceding 1. The offense is very high. Defense is also very tight. If we look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, they sit right here in the 15th place. Defense is very weak. They have conceded up to 12 goals in just 5 games played. They have not recorded any wins. As a result, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, we look at the home to lead as one of the major picks. We also want to look at least 1.5 goals in full time. In the next, we looked at Argentina in the Premier League women. We are looking at Banfield women against Independiente women. Of course, the performance of the home have proved to be very offensive, scoring 4-1-4 in the recent gameplay they have had. That of its opponent concede very much with a weak defensive line. They do concede very much. The defense is very open. Looking at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they have had, the form of the home have proved to be very good. They've had 4 games recently, 3 wins, 1 draw. They have scored 9, conceding 0. That is very high offense. Defense is very good. But if we look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, they sit right here almost in the last place. They have conceded 8 goals for 4 game play. The defense is not good. Offense is also very poor. They have not had any win yet, and we therefore look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home have proved to be good. And since the defense of the away is not good, we look at the home to lead as one of the major picks, as well as at least 1.5 goals in full time. In the next, we looked at Estonia in the Neftci Liga. We are looking at Tallinna Kalev against Levadia. Levadia have proved to be very good, scoring 1, 2, and 3 in the recent event they've had. If we look at that of Tallinna, on the other hand, they are also good at scoring, but the conceding strength is also very good. If we look here at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they've had, the performance of the home have proved that they sit here in the 6th place. The offense is average, defense is not very tight. Of course, they are good at striking rate and they also concede very much. If we look at that of Tallinna, on the other hand, you're going to see that Tallinna, that is Levadia, sits on the 2nd place. Offense is good, defense is not very tight. So both of the 2 side offense are good. The defense are not very tight. As a result, both of the two sides want to impress, causing more shoot on and off target. As a result, we look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides want to impress. Therefore, at least 1.5 goal is what we want to look at, or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we look at Azerbaijan in the Premier League. We are looking at Qarabag against Neftci Baku. In this event, Qarabag have proved to be very good in recent event, scoring 1, 3, and 1 and 5. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, Neftci Baku have proved that they do also score, as you can see here. This time, comparing the stats in terms of the recent event they have had by the performance of the home and away, the home, of course, have proved that they sit here in the second place. They've had 5 games recently with 3 wins. They have scored 11, conceding 5. Offense is good, defense also good. If we look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see that offense is also average, defense not very tight, and both sides want to impress. As a result, we look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides want to impress, and as a result, since Qarabag is coming home, they want to impress them more. Therefore, look at shoot on and off target to be great. Therefore, at least 1.5 go in full time or 2 goals over is our major pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Bulgaria in the Premier League. Ludogorets against Spartak Varna. In this event, Ludogorets have proved to be very offensive, scoring 3-3 in recent event they've had. Spartak Varna, on the other hand, also scored, but they do concede also. And looking at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they've had, the performance of Ludogorets by the home have proved to be very offensive. The city on the first place, they have recently had 5 games, 4 wins, drawing 1, no loss at all. They have scored 11, conceding 1. Offense is great, defense is also very tight. If we look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, when they go at away, they here right in the 10th position. They have conceded 8 goals in 5 games played, just having a 1 win, 2 draw, and 2 losses. As a result, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Ludogorets perform better at home as compared to the away that concede much. Therefore, look at Ludogorets to be the upper hand to lead as one of the major pick, or to give it a double chance. It's our major pick for this event in full time. Or you can go for draw no bet for Ludogorets. In the next, we looked at Slovenia in the Private Liga. Of course, Ljubljana against Domzale. In this event, performance of the home have proved to be very offensive in the recent event they've had. Of course, scoring 5, 3, and 2. But that of its opponent, Domzale, on the other hand, have proved that the defensive line is not very tight, and they do offense as well, scoring 2, 3, and 3, conceding 3 and 3 in the recent event they have had. Of course, the defense is not very tight. If you look at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they have had, the home team have proved to be very offensive. They sit on the first place. They've had 5 games played recently with 4 wins. Of course, they have draw 1 and no loss at all registered. 11 goals scored, 2 conceded. Offense is good, defense is also very good. If you look at the opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see that they sit on the 3rd place. The defensive line is not very tight. They've had 5 games recently with 2 wins, scoring 8 and conceding 7. Defense is not very tight. As a result, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, since the defense of the away is not very tight and the offense of the home is good, we look at either the home to lead as one of the major pick, or as well as 1.5 goals in full time is our major pick in this event. To those of you who want to have access to our handpick events, which we share to members only, especially our top-notch class tutorials, as well as our handpick event for top upcoming goals, picks, as well as corner kick events with which ought to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 Master Plan to have access to all our handpick events and top-notch tutorial classes to start taking your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to go to the link, click and subscribe as a member to have benefit all of these features. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.